Good morning and welcome to Star Corner. It's such a grey, grim day in Norfolk today. I can't believe it's July in the UK. We should be in the middle of summer. And I know in other parts of the world there's severe heat waves, and in other parts of the world it's winter, but here it's just wet and grey, which is really hampering progress in the garden. Talk about hampering progress. It's Mark's turn for a bad back now. He's out of action. So we should be putting in windows and doors and progressing with the extension, but no, nothing is happening here this weekend, which is a shame, especially considering we've actually deferred our summer holiday to actually get on with things. But never mind. Anyway, today I'm just looking at my tableware and table linens. We've got a friend coming for dinner tomorrow, so I thought, as it's just a grey, miserable day, I'd spend my time just preparing for that. Rowan has been on work experience this week with me, and have I got a treat for you today later on in the video. Rowan and I sit down for a chat and she talks very openly about what it's like to live here in a renovation project, and it was totally unrehearsed and I wasn't expecting some of the answers. But as I get on now, I'll let you watch and see what I've been up to in the latter part of the week, and I'll catch up with you again later on. Bye for now. Morning. I've got a massive bag with me today. It's market day, and after a couple of non-successful market day vintage hauls, I am determined to get something. I've got high hopes today, so let's go. But before I go, Rowan's with me today and I'm going to take her around the auction. We can video it because I thought that you might be interested to see what's in my local auction and if there's anything that I'd like to buy this week. Follow me. As we're walking down this quiet street, let me tell you a bit about the auction. It's James Beck's auction in Fakenham, and I'm going to call it a tat auction. So apologies to James Beck. He lives in the same village as me. And I know he watches my videos. So sorry, James, if you're watching, I apologise for calling your auction tat. But what I mean by that is that it's not a specialist auction. So every week, things just go in from house clearances and bits and pieces that people don't want anymore, and it's not catalogued or anything. You can see the bits on Facebook a couple of days before. I've taken control of the camera because Rowan is struggling to walk backwards, aren't you? Well, oh, she's gone. Aren't you? Yeah. So the everything is shown in photographs on the Facebook page of James Beck's auction, and you can have a look there. But really, to get an idea of whether you actually want to buy anything, you really need to go and see. And there is a viewing on a Wednesday afternoon, which we missed yesterday, and a viewing before the auction on a Thursday, which is where we're going now. So I'll take you around. I don't think there's anything this week that I want, but we'll take you around, have a good look and see what we can find. I've just realised one of the key things that you need when you go to the auction, as far as I'm concerned, is a tape measure, and also your wish list of what you need and all the measurements in your home where you're trying to fill gaps. And I haven't brought either of those today, so that's a big fail on my part. That's nice. So what do you think? Do I need about 20 jugs? Great for the garden. Heading outside because they have an area outside which sometimes have some garden bits and pieces that I might be interested in. Not very often, but occasionally. Oh, I don't like the paint on that. Change all that. Makes a change from all that rain. Sweet, isn't it? That's really sweet. For things that I want to bid on, so we're going in now to leave a bid. I'm not actually going to be here for the auction because I just prefer to leave a bid and walk away. Thanks.
Well, good morning and welcome to Fakenham's Premium Auction. We're here every Thursday at 11 o'clock. We've got everything from potties to gold and silver. Come and see us, join us for the day. It's a wonderful day out.
Some bids on the auction. That was James Becks just introducing his cat auction, although as he calls it, a premium auction. And now here's the market. We're going to go and have a look around and fingers crossed that I find something today. You want a pepper? Oh, these are pretty, look. More of Dad's granny china. Mark collects this because it reminds him of his grandma, and I must say I'm not that keen, but we've got a cupboard full of it. Lovely Carlton ware jug, and it would go with my green. What do you think? Should I get that one, Rowan? No? Don't you like it? Oh, I really love him. I really like that one, although he has got some damage there. I'm going to put him down.
There's no point you coming.
My grandma used to have that one. Yardley lavender. Oh, and I remember that as well, Avon. Lily of the Valley. What's that one? Oh, gosh, these remind me of the 70s. An Avon talc. Dandy, another blast from the past. Look at how formally this is written. My dearest daughter, this is to greet you with every good wish upon your birthday and something you may have a bright and prosperous future from Dad. An old thermos. So many old things today. Toolbox, made in Britain. It's nice. I think that's it in the auction and the market. Haven't found anything, which is a bit disappointing. So let's hit some charity shops. It's Friday afternoon and Rowan has been on work experience with me all week. This is Rowan, she's my youngest and she's normally behind the camera, but you've agreed to come in front of the camera today, haven't you? We thought that it'd be nice just to sit down and have a chat about Rowan's experience about living in a DIY renovation project, because I haven't asked her, we haven't rehearsed this, but I'm assuming that it hasn't been all highs. I'm sure there are some lows as well. So we're just going to sit down and with a cup of tea, have a chat about what it feels like to be Rowan, living in a DIY renovation when your mum and dad are always working on the house. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. So thank you for agreeing to this, Rowan. I know you've been a bit nervous about it. How are you feeling now? You're still nervous. Just calm down. Let's take a sip of tea. So we moved to Star Corner when you were 7, almost 8. And actually one of the reasons why we're living here is because you wanted a garden. We went to look at many, many houses, and every time we took Rowan round, at the time you were really into football, weren't you? So every time we took Rowan around to look at the house that we'd found that we might be interested in, she'd run into the garden and just stand there looking so disappointed. And then we found this one, and it's got quite a big garden, hasn't it? So you were quite happy. So let's just start and tell me and tell YouTube how you felt when we first moved here. Did you like the house?
Yeah, I did like the house. It was big. Well, I was very small then. But yeah, it was big. Garden was big.
Yeah.
It was nice.
What's one of your first memories about moving here?
Probably having chips by the fire when we had no furniture.
So
Yeah.
that's we moved in again just to keep you get you up to speed. We sold all of our furniture before we came here. We knew that it was going to be a messy job. We knew there was a lot to do, and I don't think our furniture would have fitted in, would it, from where we moved
not
from?
that big
So we
sofa.
sold all of our furniture and most of our belongings. And actually, we just turned up, didn't we? We had Dad's friend's van. Dad's friend.
Yeah, all we had was mattresses and
So
blankets,
Dad's
that's it.
friend brought up his van, and I came up with the car stuffed. Do you remember? We
Yeah.
were absolutely stuffed. And so we just had a mattress. We'd sold our beds. We just came with a mattress. So that's your first memory, turning up. Do you remember on the day we came, it was just raining and we didn't get the keys until 5 o'clock at night? Do you remember that?
no, because I remember you guys coming early and we went to the school.
We dropped you off at school.
Yeah, we dropped
I
you
forgot
at
about that.
the
So
school.
that's right. We came up and at midday we took you to school and dropped you off at school on the first day. And then you came home, we had chips.
Yeah.
And what was your first night like when you slept here for the first time?
I can't remember. I imagine, well, being me, probably I enjoyed it because in our old house, I was sleeping on the floor anyway.
Because we'd sold the bed.
Yeah. So it was nice. Obviously the house, the floorboards were a bit wonky.
The floorboards
So,
went like that
yeah.
upstairs, didn't they? I remember that first night.
I loved it.
It was freezing. Because
It was
the
quite
person
cold.
that had moved out had gone into an old people's home. That was Eileen. And it had been left empty for a few months. And there was no central heating or no oil in the central heating tank.
Yeah.
So we just had... And the fire fell off the wall. Do you remember? We walked in, touched one of the fires, and it just fell off the wall. You don't remember that?
I was probably at school.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it was really, really cold.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you like living here?
It's okay.
It's okay. What does it's okay mean?
I think it's just I know it's a big job. It's just I'm tired of living in a building site.
Don't you think we've made it nice though? Like just looking around now,
Yeah,
although this isn't
is
the
nice.
end, this is the room. We've got this room and we've got the cinema room next door. And we now have an indoor kitchen, so that's a bonus.
Yep, now still waiting for my indoor shower.
Indoor shower, and obviously, because currently you're sleeping in what will be the bathroom. So to access Rowan's bedroom, currently there are 2 staircases, and to access Rowan's bedroom, you have to go through one of the bedrooms. So you have to go through our bedroom, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not allowed.
Well, you do. You're not allowed through
Through
Imogen's
Imi's room.
bedroom. So very soon you're going to be moving into what is currently
Yeah,
my room,
big room.
and we're moving into the new bedroom. I'm moving into the new bedroom with Dad. Looking forward to that.
Yes, big room, space.
So you like the house, but not necessarily the living in a building site.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
That's fair enough. So you don't think you'll go on to do a build yourself?
Actually, I think I would, but well, it probably I'm at the age I'll be gone soon. Well, not soon, but I'll be gone. Yeah, very soon. And I want to have my room,
Fair enough.
and
Fair
we've got
enough.
loads of decorations. If I don't like them anymore, it's just
Well, hopefully
hopefully I like them
hopefully you will be in your bedroom
by Christmas.
by Christmas, and hopefully you'll have a wardrobe by Christmas. Nobody currently has a wardrobe, so we've all got things upstairs
Hanging
in
rails.
cardboard boxes and on hanging rails, and there's not enough room for everything, is there? So there's just Oh, the reason why you never see upstairs is because it's just awful, isn't it? It's absolutely awful. Mm-hmm. Although I think I'm going to blame yours on being a teenage bedroom.
Yeah, mine's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't have enough storage. That's what I'm going to blame.
None of us have enough storage.
Italy has a massive hangrail and like 3 trunks.
Imogen has a lot of clothes. So,
Yeah.
are there any... What's the best part about living here?
The cinema room.
The cinema room.
A typical thing. But... And the chairs. I don't know what, they're just... comfy.
What, your gaming chair? One of the things we have done, we're sitting in the living room, and there is a room next door which is the same size and shape as this one, because this was 2 cottages originally. The only difference is next door has the front door in it, and we've got a projector on the ceiling, and then we can project films on one of the walls.
Yeah.
So there's a log burner in there. And if you've seen my shorts and reels or whatever, you'll see me coming up the garden path with velvet chairs. So next door, we've got a vintage velvet sofa and some vintage velvet chairs, and they cost nothing. And the idea was that we wanted a bit of a sort of vintagey gentleman's club theme, but also that you can invite your friends around and I'm not fretting or stressing about you spilling pizza on it or something.
The only problem is Maple with those types of cushions and chairs. The hair just sticks.
She's a bit hairy. So you like the cinema room?
Yeah.
What's the worst bit about you living here? Or what has been your worst experience of living here?
Going outside and having a shower.
So explain what that means.
Well, there is outside, well, it's still attached to the house, but there was a bathroom where the kitchen, you would go down and you have the toilet and the bath. But because we've done the extension, we have knocked it down. Well, we've knocked, because we put a wall up, and we just filled it in. There's still part of the wall of the bathroom. So now you have to go round. And
do you remember that day? Do you remember the day that... So
Dad fell through the roof.
Oh, not that day. That's another story.
Another story.
So on the day we're building the extension, and let's start again.
Yeah.
So we used to go through the old lean-to kitchen into the downstairs bathroom, and the downstairs bathroom was always, even when we bought it, it had failing foundations, which means it's falling away from the main house because it's not keyed in. And so we're building the new extension, and it's going up and up and up. And I said to Dad on the day that I could see that we wouldn't be able to access the bathroom anymore, I said, well, how are we going to get into the bathroom? Because you're blocking up the door. So the next thing I hear, Dad's got a sledgehammer and he's smashing a hole in the side of the bathroom at the side of the house.
Then we put the door, the pantry door, as the door to go in.
That's right. Yeah. So he's just built a plank. We have to go out the front door or out the back door, around the side of the house, across a plank into a hole in the wall to get into this mouldy, damp bathroom that's falling away from the house. It's really pleasant, isn't it? Well, again, fingers crossed we're going to have an indoor bathroom facility.
I would expect. Oh. We have a toilet.
We do now have an inside toilet, so that's a bonus. Any other things that you've really liked or really not liked?
Does getting a dog count?
Well, Maple is part of the family.
Great dog.
This is probably Rowan trying to get in to the conversation.
No, I'm not. I genuinely love Maple.
Okay, do you have a YouTube account for Maple?
Yeah.
And what is the YouTube account called?
It's called Star Dog.
Star Dog. So if you would like to follow the adventures of Maple, which is managed by Rowan, the YouTube account is Star Dog, which is STARRE and then dog. You've just started that, haven't you?
I do try. Yeah, I really do.
So that was a good point about getting Maple as part of the family. One
Yeah.
more not so great point.
I would have to say drafts. Not giraffes. Drafts.
Drafts, as in breezes.
Yes.
Well, not so much now. Not so much now. But yeah, the well, it was pretty bad when we knocked the back of the house out.
Yeah, and
So for the last 2 years, we haven't had a back of the house, have we? Because we knocked it down to build the extension. So the internal doors in the cinema room and the lounge actually led out into the open air, didn't it?
yeah. Wait, I think I have a different one.
Oh, okay.
Well, the garden, actually. That's the worst part now.
Oh no, that's my domain. What's
No, not your area is nice. Nice place to sit in summer. It's just that massive. The garden isn't flat. There's stuff everywhere, and there's a massive heap of dirt.
Yeah, we've wrecked the garden.
Yeah.
And that's what you wanted. That's what you wanted to move here for.
Well.
Yeah, you see me working on the garden a lot. I've got the stock garden, and now I've got the front garden that I'm working on. But there is a big space that has a massive rubble mound in it, where we took the foundations out for the house, and it's full of reclamation stuff that we've got to use in the house. So I'm quite ashamed of that garden. Oh, I'm sorry that you feel sad about the garden.
I just yawned.
So overall,
It's a pretty.
what do you think? When you leave home, do you think you'll enjoy it once this is finished? Do you think you'll enjoy coming back and enjoying some time here?
I'll come back for Christmas every year.
Excellent,
Watch
brilliant.
the holiday.
As we always do.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that chat. That wasn't too bad, was it, in front of the camera? So now we're going to look at the camera and say
bye for
bye.
now.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Bye for now. I think you'll agree Rowan was a great sport. So thanks, Rowan, so much. I really enjoyed that. But back to my dinner party tomorrow. I've decided to go for yellow. Hopefully that will counterbalance the greyness outside and bring a bit of sunshine into Star Corner. So I've gone for yellow linens, and these plates I picked up in Dorset, I think it was, in January this year. And these are vintage Davenport by Burley. And those have a nice summery feel as well. So that's what's going on there. Rowan has helped me pick the candles, and I think that's a good choice, Rowan. So we opted for my True Grace candles in a sort of baby blue, which works beautifully with that. And then we'll make some homemade ice cream and serve them in these lovely little vintage pressed glass glasses that I bought only last month. Really looking forward to seeing friends and entertaining. It's going to really brighten up the day. And I will catch up with you again on Wednesday. Bye for now.